Hey y'all, I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Lee.
And welcome back to Jupiter Juice, a podcast not just about vibes, but about insights, evolution, and even a little bit of chaos.
And now pose.
And pose. Okay. Alrighty, so on this episode of Jupiter Juice, we're going to talk about the beautiful, the infamous Gemini season. Hey! Gemini. Anyway, my birthday's May 30th, so I'm excited. Anyway, so Gemini season is a season ruled by Mercury. So it's all about communication, your thoughts, talking, gossiping, having fun, chit-chatting, like what? But anyway, it's a very fun season, a very flirtatious season. And yeah, we're going to just talk about what to expect this season with the transits that will be coming up throughout Gemini season. Yeah.
Definitely telling you what to expect, how to go about it, doing a little card pool, and just tapping into the energy.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Let's dive in.
So how we understand Gemini energy, one example that could be used is the Lover's card. If you're familiar with tarot, and Lee can elaborate a little bit more on that because she's the tarot goddess queen.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
So the Lover's card in astrology is all about union and coming together. It's two halves to a whole. So with Gemini, a lot of the times they're seen as the twins. Twins can mean a few different things. Literal twins, soulmates coming together. So two people coming together to form one. Two halves of your brain coming together to form your brain. Two halves of your body. Just anything you can think of when it comes to duality. That's what represents the Lover's card. It also represents choices and how we have an opportunity to make a choice. And Mercury, I don't want to say Mercury is indecisive because there is a lot of different choices that like Mercury kind of goes through in its mind, especially in Gemini, because Gemini is kind of known as like scattered brain and all over the place. Which and like hands in many pots.
It's not invalid, but
but I feel like Libra more so gets the title of like indecisive. Yeah. Whereas Gemini changing mind more so. Like they'll decide and they're like, that's it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then a few days later, they're like, what are you talking about? I never said.
I never said that. Like, I'm confused. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's me.
She's literally done that to me.
No, but like people do that to me too. But
okay, girl.
Maybe Virgos do that to me.
Mercury. Mercurial. So it's like the mind is working. So it's definitely mind energy. But anyways, the Lover's card in tarot. Representing Gemini can just kind of represent that energy or just like a fluidity to becoming one.
Yes, for sure. So the sun enters Gemini on May 20th. That is the beginning of Gemini season. So of course it's the season about adaptability, curiosity. So this is a great time to, to have those cool, curious conversations, to learn a lot more, to really go on a deep dive in, discovering something new, something that you may want to work on, kickstart some projects. Also just go out and have fun. This is like, honestly, this is the only time I really go out for real, is like during the season, because it's not too hot.
Right.
Or cold. So I think this is a very social time because we have Memorial Day coming up. We have it's the kickstart of the summer
cookout season.
So it's a very social time. Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of Bridgerton when like all the people in the court go out and socialize and it's like their first socialization. And that's like kind of what it gives to me. Gemini season for sure. On May 24th, Saturn is going into Aries during Gemini season. So luckily Gemini and Aries, fire and air, they kind of play off of each other. So it's a good time for Saturn to go into Aries, especially because it's debilitated there. So with Saturn going into Aries, it's a time for pioneering new efforts, starting something new, maybe your long-term goals, you're starting a new long-term goal, and the sun in Gemini can help you kind of research that phase. But it's definitely just a time of being a leader, going for what you want, going after your goals, basically.
So our next transit that we have during Gemini season, which would be Mercury moving into Gemini on May 25th. So Mercury is at home in Gemini. So this is a great time for those important conversations, getting some writing done. It definitely gives you an extra boost when it comes to communication. So this is the ideal time. Hey, you may want to talk about a business contract and get that going. You may want to start working on your writing projects and get that going and actually give yourself the extra boost and extra, push. This is an ideal time for that. So yeah, keep that in mind during this transit.
The very next day, May 26th, boom, we have a new moon in Gemini. Ooh. Which we will be probably doing a video on because we usually do some type of video or something on it. But just a quick overview of that. It's definitely a time of a new way to communicate and express yourself with all the energy that we've been having lately of kind of pushing through the year and making sure we make it through. This is like the 6-month mark now that we're on. So it's definitely going to bring a new, fresh energy of kind of communicating and expressing yourself differently, getting out into the community, having fun, and being creative.
Alrighty, so on May 29th, we have a Mercury Cazimi. So that's basically when Mercury gets really close to the sun. So it's like extra energized this day. So this is a great time. Well, this entire season is, but this is a really great day for intellectual conversations, important discussions, and also, expanding your mind, learning a little bit about some things. So yeah.
And then to round it all out, on June 9th, Jupiter is entering Cancer. This is the transit that we have all been waiting for, I think. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. It loves Cancer, so it's a really good time for emotional growth, getting together with your family, your friends, having a great time, being creative, and just really soaking up all the good juiciness that summer has to offer.
Yeah. Here are 3 ways that you can maximize the energy during this Gemini season. So first, it starts with enhancing your communication. So with this new Gemini season, Mercury being in Gemini and also a new moon in Gemini, it gives you a great opportunity to have important discussions, open up a little bit, learn a little bit more intellectual conversations. It's just that extra boost of energy. So the next thing you can do to maximize the energy this season is to initiate projects. So what are you working on, or what ideas do you have? With Saturn entering Aries this season, this is an optimum time to get those projects going. Talk to people about your ideas. Look into collaborating. Just really, this is a really great time to believe in yourself, and you have that extra boost of energy. It's also a time for you to get serious about your goals, because we are talking about Saturn here. So it's about with Aries, it's about initiating, those ideas and those projects. And then with Saturn, it's about being serious about building towards accomplishing these goals. The third way that you can maximize your energy during this season is to expand your emotional connections. This is with Jupiter moving into Cancer. It is an ideal time to build those personal relationships and just to connect with people. I mean, we are moving into the summertime, and it's the optimum time to, I don't even know that's the right word, but hey, we're going to roll with it. It's a great time to just connect and to love on your people and to love on your family and to have fun, because the last few years have been kind of hard. And honestly, it's recession season. And what we do in recession season, we party.
Party!
So let's do it, okay?
Hey! So let's tap into the energy for this Gemini season, shall we? Mm-hmm. This is a time to be creative, to be artistic, to let your inner eccentric baddie shine. And if you're not eccentric, I need you to go ahead and dig deep and find out how you can be more eccentric, because now is not a time to be in survival mode. Mm-hmm. It's a time to kind of let the heaviness, the last little bit of heaviness, lift off of us so that we can take flight into our dreams. We can be more dreamy, we can be more creative, and we can really just let the burdens of the past go. It's like we're rebelling against survival mode. We're rebelling against being put down. We're rebelling against being broke. Yeah, like So you want to ask yourself, how can I have more fun? How can I add a little bit more whimsy to my day? And if you find yourself going in that direction, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't be like, oh, I should be more serious. I have big girl goals to worry about. Lean into it, tap into it, because you'll never know. It can lead you closer to your goals than you think. Sometimes when we're grinding, and we're really like nailing and hammering stuff, it gets too much. And you really need to give your mind a break and your heart a break. Give my heart a break. Oh, what's that song? It's by Demi Lovato. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that either.
Anywho, this Gemini season is about stopping to smell the roses, being dreamier, being lighter, and just, again, tapping into your whimsy side. So please do that. Please have fun responsibly, of course, always. And good luck to you. I think it's going to be a really great summer.
Yeah.
The numerology for this month is 510, rebellion. So like I said, we are rebelling against everything that stood against us, but not rebelling in a way of being like militant and just tyrannical and survival mode. We're rebelling in a way that is like an artistic revolution, the artistic renaissance. We're still tapping into that. Okay. Yeah. We're still tapping into our fun. We're still tapping into being ourselves so we can inspire others.
Rebelling against being stuck.
Exactly.
I don't know. That kind of like hit me a little bit. Rebel against being stuck. Cause I have a hard time with being stuck mentally. And I'm a Gemini, and I have a lot going on in my brain. But yeah, like it's just time to be confident in your dreams and just have fun. This is a fun season generally. Just focus on having fun. Yeah. Rebel against boredom.
Yeah. Rebel against boredom. That's a great title.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
T. Clock it. So here's your mini horoscope for this Gemini season, starting with Aries rising. So this season is all about that communication. It's about connecting. It's about flirting, having fun, keeping the vibes up high. It's all about you and how you show up. Okay. Alrighty. Also, this Gemini season will be affecting your third house when it deals with communication and social media. So it's like how you show up online. So you may be revamping or rebranding your online, aesthetic and style. Also, your communication in that house gets an extra boost because of the Mercury Cazimi that is happening on May 29th. Also, look out for the Saturn entering Aries. This will be, of course, affecting your first house. So this is about developing personal goals and, initiating those goals for yourself and for the future to come. All right, so Taurus rising. Gemini season will be affecting your second house, though. It's about that money that's talking, that paper. So how are you setting your intentions when it comes to your financial connections? And, how are you manifesting? Also keep in mind, being careful when it comes to your words and connecting with others, especially with Jupiter moving into Cancer at the end of Gemini or towards the middle of Gemini season. Because this can make or break, maybe your manifestations or even your connections when it comes to partnerships, and business matters. So I hope you have fun this season. I hope your bread stacks, and I hope, you leave a paper trail. I don't know, but hey, more power to you. Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini babies, whatever. Like, this is your season. It's all about you because guess what? It's affecting your first house. So it's about how you show up, not only for yourself, but even your community. So it's all about making those important connections and developing those leadership skills. So keep that in mind. This is a great season to really show up, show out, and have fun, make those connections. It's about power moves, I feel, during this season. So be your true self, shine. Okay? It's the time. It's the time. Yeah. Alrighty, Cancer rising. So Gemini season will be affecting your 12th house. So that is the unseen. That is your dream life. So basically, with Mercury, the Mercury Kazemi, and then also the new moon in Gemini, this will be enhancing your dream life. So you'll be more prone to spiritual downloads and, connecting with your inner self and your unconscious mind. So just really focus on a reset and really, evolving and changing your world internally. This is a really good season for that. Connect to your spirit guides. Do some ancestral veneration. Maybe you've been, lacking on that, and maybe you need to get back into it. So this is the ideal season for that. All right, so Leo rising. Gemini season will be affecting your 11th house. So this deals with community, just expanding your community, connecting with like-minded individuals. So Saturn in Aries brings about a journey of expanding your mind. So you may want to travel a little bit more during this time. You may be learning about, different subjects, like when it comes to spirituality, religion, you never know. So it's really about building, a consistent regimen when it comes to your researching and learning and expanding. So that's something to keep in mind for this Gemini season. Virgo rising. So this Gemini season will be affecting your 10th house. So this is your career. So this is an ideal time to make certain connections when it comes to your career. So with the Mercury Kazemi and the new moon in Gemini, don't be afraid to share your story publicly. This will definitely help with moving your career along and helping put you probably in places you never thought you'd be in. So definitely keep that in mind. With that also being said, Jupiter moving into Cancer will bless your network. So this is an ideal time, of course, to believe in yourself, believe in your story, and believe in your voice. I mean, hey, this is a season where your ruling planet is the star of the show. So this is an ideal time for you. So yeah, keep going.
This is part 2 of what your sun, moon, or rising can expect during Gemini season. Libra rising. This Gemini season is going to light up your 9th house of spirituality, what you believe in, philosophies. You could be gaining more knowledge and more wisdom around a certain subject. You could be traveling and going to a foreign place to explore. Get them passports ready.
Real ID.
Yeah. Right. Make sure you get that real ID. Saturn and Aries in your 7th house is going to really solidify your partnerships, whether that's a business partnership or a committed relationship, romantic partnership. It's just going to call you to be a little bit more committed in that area, or maybe even take more charge than you're used to taking. Or letting somebody take charge for you and letting go of the reins a little bit. Mm-hmm. The new moon could be a chance for you to share this wisdom and knowledge that you've gained, whether that's with your partners or into the world at large, and just be free and with your new beliefs. Because Jupiter in Cancer is going to be a really great time to level up in your career and to really just get a new flow and juices flowing in that segment of your life. Scorpio risings. Your 8th house is being lit up and called into play this Gemini season. So your relationship around debt, shared resources, and even trusting people is going to be shifted, and you might have a little bit of a new mindset coming through when it comes to that area of your life. With Saturn and Aries in your 6th house, your routines are going to be shaken up a bit. You could be starting a new health routine, or just maybe you're going to the gym this summer. Maybe you're trying to get your summer body last minute. I don't know. Whatever you got to do. Jupiter in Cancer will be in your 9th house. So these things around your daily routine and finding magic in the mundane and building more trust could really help to elevate your spiritual knowledge or your just knowledge about the world at large and change some of your beliefs. Sagittarius risings. Hey, babe. That's us. Let's get serious. Your Gemini is going to be activating your 7th house. There's going to be a lot of themes around business partnerships, one-on-one relationships. It's going to bring, look at us. Right? Look what we're doing. You can renew connections. You can go deeper in those connections. You can be taking a new turn in those one-on-one business partnerships, relationships, whatever you may call it. Either way, there's going to be a big refresh of energy in that segment for you. So congratulations. Saturn and Aries is going to be in your 5th house. So your creativity and the way that you show up and express yourself, and maybe you're dating, maybe you're starting a new creative project, whatever it may be, you're going to have a little bit more fire and you're going to feel more called to take the reins and go after your long-term goals when it comes to that. Jupiter in Cancer is going to be in your 8th house. So that is really going to be highlighting some of the shadowy aspects for you. So while you may have a lot of revelations and good times in these, active social creative houses, it may be stirring up a lot of deeper emotions for you that you need to look into and maybe heal and let go of.
Yay.
Capricorn rising. This Gemini energy is going to be all up in your 6th house of health, daily routines, and habits, and pets. So if you have a pet, this is just a random side note. Maybe pay more attention to your pets. I don't know. But either way, your daily life is going to get a little bit of a mix up. It is Mercurial energy and you are Saturn energy. So it might be a little bit shaky for you. You might not like some of the stuff coming up, or you might be like, this is a little much for me. But just lean into it and embrace it and use it as an opportunity to show your strength and your power. Saturn in Aries is going to be in your 4th house. So that's going to be maybe making a home life a little bit more stable for you. It could bring a little bit of challenge to your home life and maybe a little bit of strife. Sorry to say that, Capricorns, because Saturn is going in your 4th house. But it could also be a time where you solidify your relationship with your ancestors, with your roots, and just really tap into a deep sense of inner strength right now. Jupiter in Cancer is going to add a lot of lightness to your relationships. So look to your close personal loved ones or even your business partners to bring you some solace during this time and to just bring you comfort and joy and have fun with them. Aquarius rising. This Gemini energy is going to be in your 5th house. So it is the perfect time to play and have fun and start a new creative project, or even go speed dating. Go to a speed dating event. I don't know. Go download Tinder again if you want. Maybe Hinge. Tinder is a little bit weird.
Or Grindr.
Yeah. Or Grindr. Exactly. We don't discriminate. The new moon is just a beautiful time. It might bring in some blessings for you in those departments. So just be mindful of that. Saturn in Aries is going to challenge you to communicate with a little bit more structure. Maybe just a little less fire in that department. You are Aries 3rd house. You can be very direct and very pointed when it comes to making your points. But this is going to make it to where that fire can be forged into something that is great, and you can really put your words out there to create change in the world like you're meant to do, Aquarius. Jupiter in Cancer is in your 6th house, so your daily routines and your habits are gonna take a turn for the best. You're gonna be a little bit more amplified in this area. If you've been having health issues, maybe those are gonna clear up, or if you've just been having trouble with your day-to-day, you're definitely gonna get a boost in that area. And lastly, Pisces risings, you rare risings. Gemini is going to be in your 4th house of home and family and roots. So you could be getting a lot of activity in the home. Maybe you have a house guest. Maybe you got a lot of friends coming over to visit. Maybe you're throwing parties. I don't know. Invite me. I want to go to a party.
Okay. Party.
Right. Saturn in Aries is going to be hitting your 2nd house of finances and self-worth. So maybe you're going to buck up a little bit and grow a backbone. No offense. That's no shade. But maybe your self-worth is going to be getting a bit of a makeover, and that's going to affect your finances. Maybe you're getting a new job, or maybe you're just getting a leadership position in your job, and it's going to lead to a little bit more structure in that area of your life. But either way, you're going to have to take the reins and make yourself known. Jupiter in Cancer is in your 5th house. So please watch out for pregnancy. If you do not want a baby, you wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
This is not the time to be out here spreading them.
You will.
Unless you want to.
If you want, yeah, exactly. You know, hey, that's our person. If you want to get pregnant, heck yeah.
This is the time.
Perfect
baby.
time.
Okay.
But if you don't, wrap it up. Other than that, have fun.
Abstinence.
Have fun. Date around. If you're gay for play, maybe lean into that, you know? If you're gay for pay.
Yeah. WLW.
Right. WLW. Right. But either way, it's going to really have a boost into falling in love with life again and just feeling a little bit more free, a little bit more creative, and just you're going to get your creative and romantic juices flowing. So good for you.
Mm-hmm. That's it, y'all. This is our episode for Gemini season. We hope you enjoyed. Definitely let us know in the comments if you like this video. Let us know where Gemini will be affecting you in your chart. We're very curious to know. Also, keep in mind, if you want to learn more about yourself and you want to get more hands-on with your birth chart, we do have our freebie called Sipping on Stardust that is available. It is donation based, but it is free. But if you want to donate, of course, you feel free, you know. And also make sure to follow us on social media. Like, we have fun over there. We be getting the conversations going. It's, you know, we definitely do a lot of pop culture tie-ins. So definitely follow us on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah. That being said, we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, thank you so much for watching Jupiter Juice. Bye.